Hey, thanks for clicking on my video called Affiliate Marketing on YouTube. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to actually create videos for YouTube. And I'm going to go over the order of how I actually do this. It's a pretty simple process, and I think it will help you to make videos in very small bites and batches so that you don't get overwhelmed and feel like you have to do the whole thing all in one take. If you don't know, this is part of a 10-part video series on affiliate marketing on YouTube. So if you don't have that, make sure to click a link in the description or the comment section below and you can get free access to that now. Let's go ahead and get started so you can get started making videos for YouTube. Now, one of the first things you're going to need to think through is you need to have an idea, obviously, for a video. And something I would recommend that you do is think about whatever those search terms are that you are trying to rank for. So think about your product and some problems that your product solves. And then think about these search terms and then just basically get a mental outline of what you're thinking your video should discuss. So next up, I want you to take that little mental outline and write it down really quickly. This doesn't have to be super long, super detailed even. It can be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just main topic points, things that you want to talk about in your video. It's often good if the video can solve a problem for someone or mainly be focused on what you think that they are searching for. I often do this with something simple like a post-it note and then put it up near my camera. So after you write down your 1 to 5 main little points, I want you to hang it up. You see right here is a picture frame. I want you to hang that up somewhere where near your camera. So that way if you need notes, you can just look to that really quickly. Now next up, I want you to record your video, and this can be done with a program called QuickTime that's on a Mac. Some people use Zoom to do that, and other people use other programs, but the main thing is you're just using your computer to record your actual video itself. You may need to use some kind of like earbuds for a microphone if you don't have an actual kind of quality microphone. That's fine. You can use some earbuds. You can even, if you absolutely had to, just talk a little more loudly if you're using a laptop and it's somewhat close to you and you're not in a really echoey room. But audio is one thing you do want to kind of make sure sounds at least decent, because people do need good quality audio or they will close your video. But again, just recording your video, you're recording it straight to your computer. And what I normally do is I record 3 things. I call this the intro, which is kind of like the greeting, hello, the meat of what you're saying, and then the outro. So in the intro, I'm usually going to say something along the lines of, hey, and thanks for watching my video on, and then whatever your video topic is. You can say whatever other little things you need them to know about, and you can even do something called the Frank Kern technique, which is where you say, make sure to stay tuned for X, that you're going to find out a little bit later. But for right now, let's go ahead and talk about Y. So you can give them a little bit of a preview of what's coming, and that way you can hopefully make them stick around a little more. Then I have right here the meat, and the meat is basically just the meat and potatoes of what you're talking about. For me, this is typically 1 to 3 videos, depending on how well I know my subject and if there's any specifics I want to make sure I talk about. But I'm simply recording this very first intro that usually is 30 seconds to a minute. Then I'm recording, a minute to 6 minutes or so, a little bit of meat and potatoes. And then I'm going to move to the outro, which is similar to the intro. You're just closing up, saying, please subscribe. If you have questions, put them in the comment section, that kind of thing. So this might be a video here. There might be 1 to 3 videos here, and then another video here. These are all really short, brief videos that you then put together afterwards. Now, some people like to shoot all of this in one video, and some people are really good at it. If you do that and you're really good at it, then more power to you, and you don't need to make smaller pieces. I find sometimes that myself and other people I see start to ramble, and their videos don't stay on topic because they get really long-winded, or they get all the way to the very end of the video and say something that they don't like, and then they have to reshoot the entire thing all over again. So if you are okay with shooting this whole video in one take, that's perfectly fine. If you're not, consider shooting these little mini pieces and then assembling them. which then takes us to the assembly process. So I use a program called Wondershare Filmora to assemble my videos, and it's basically just a simple video editing program. But you can also use iMovie on an Apple. I think Windows has a similar type program. There's things like Final Cut Pro. There's a lot of different programs that you can use. Again, I just use Wondershare Filmora. It's just a simple little editing program. I'll try to put a link somewhere around here. I just start off, I take that first video, put that at the very beginning, take the meat and potato, 1 to 3 videos or so, and I put that, in sequential order, and then grab the third video and put that there. At that point, I've got, 1, 2, 3, got everything in order, and I didn't have to memorize an entire giant thing or mess up right at the end and have to shoot it all over again. Once you've done that, you're just going to export your video or save your video as a final video on your computer, and then you are going to upload it to YouTube. So again, it's a pretty simple process, straightforward. Feel free to do a screen grab of this little diagram if you need to, but I call this shooting in bites and batches as opposed to shooting one long video. One other quick thing, this is how I frame my videos. You just want a little bit of room over your head. You don't want to have your head stopping here and there's tons and tons of space over here. If you can have your camera about eye level or nose level, you don't want to be shooting at chest level and shooting up your nose because people don't want to see up your nose, which you probably don't need me to tell you. One last thing I thought I'd show you, this is Filmora 9. It's Wondershare Filmora. I think Wondershare is the name of the actual company, but Filmora 9. And as you can see right here, this is the timeline of the video. And this is my intro video right here. Then I've got the second video, and that one is the very first of my meat and potatoes videos, if you will. Then as I scroll over here, you will see the outro. Okay, so I've put that there. And this looks really, really long, but I've just got that expanded. So you see, you can expand that this way or there. So if you don't know about editing in a little program like this, it's not super hard. It's really drag and drop a lot of different ways, and a lot of the platforms work very similarly. So don't get overwhelmed if you're not super used to this. If you want to try just making one long video but follow all the rest of the pieces, then you're totally free to do that. Hey, I hope that was helpful for you. If you're not currently a subscriber, go ahead and click the button in order to do that. And if you are nervous or concerned at all about making video, I know there's a lot to kind of go through, and maybe that's just something you're a little more nervous about. The next video, we're going to actually talk about how to make videos where you don't have to put your face on the video. You can do a few other things. So if that's something that makes you a little nervous, make sure to stick around for the next video coming up. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you soon.